There's something weird going on with the Calgary real estate market, which I find pretty interesting. If you're a homeowner looking to sell, this might be a bit more urgent for you than you think. And for Calgary home buyers, I think the next few months will offer a short window of time to get into the market at some of the lowest prices we've seen. Let's break down what's happening, why it matters, how you can make the most of it, whether you're selling or buying Calgary real estate. Let's start with detached homes. Okay, so for context, and this is kind of crazy if you were following us last year with our market updates, but benchmark prices for Calgary detached homes stayed within a $10,000 range in the last 6 months of 2023, from July to December, between $690,000 to $700,000. This is the highest price of last year, and it's up from the lowest month in January, which started at $623,900, ending off the year $73,400 higher. Now, look at 2024. Starting this May, we had 4 consecutive months in the 760s, but we started 2 months earlier. What could this mean? For the full picture, let's look at supply and demand and compare that to last year. Now, I'm going to take the last 3 months, June, July, August, of the sales, new listings, and inventory from last year and compare it to this year. So sales, demand, is down by 13.07%. New listings, supply, is up by 1.44%, but inventory, also supply, is up by 13.4%. Now, any type of market has its ups and downs. Pricing for detached homes in 2023 did not go down. They stabilized in the 690s for 6 months. And then in January and February of 2024, they popped. So stabilized pricing was our downturn or correction. I feel like we're kind of in a similar situation today, but if the drop in sales and increase in inventory continues, then we could see a slight dip in pricing over the next few months, but I don't think it's going to be a significant amount. Here's a graph of pricing in the red line. It looks like it is going down, and I mean, technically it did, from $767,800 in July to $762,600 in August. The advice I have for homeowners interested in selling is they could still take advantage of the last bit of momentum of the market. So I would sell sooner than later. Otherwise, based on the last 3 years, you could wait until January, February when prices start going up. If you wanted to sell your Calgary home today, it would take you 26 days. By the way, if you're a homeowner watching this and you want to know how you can increase your home's value with low cost, high impact improvements to your home with minimal effort, type the word value in the comments and I will reply with a link to my ebook. For home buyers, because we know Calgary home prices pop in the first 2 months of the year, now is the time for you to get into the market. You have 2 advantages in the coming months. Number 1, you're gonna have more choice. And number 2, you have a smaller chance of running into bidding wars, which means you have more leverage when negotiating. Oh, and one last thing, don't bother trying to time the market unless you have a genie. If you're an investor and you're interested in my take on investing in a condo, townhome, or detached home, check out this video up here. Semi-detached homes. Semi-detached pricing is down in August. In June, it was $686,100, July $687,900, and August $681,200. It's a similar story to detached homes in Calgary. The last 3 months have been in a $10,000 range in the 680s, with August pricing down $6,700. Here's a chart that shows semi-detached pricing every month from the last year. And in the red line, you can see that we have peaked in pricing. The blue line is inventory, and the last 3 months have been the highest months of inventory levels, so supply is going up. If you wanted to put your Calgary semi-detached home for sale, it would take you about 25 days to sell. Townhomes. Townhome pricing is down in August. So in June it was $464,600, July $464,200, and August $461,700. Here's a chart that shows the benchmark pricing for Calgary townhomes every month from the last year in the red line. Now, although pricing is slightly down, it's not as dramatic as detached or semi-detached homes. What is interesting is that the same time last year, from August until November, prices were increasing, and then it stabilized from November until January of this year. Since we are flattening out now, there is a possibility that prices could decrease a little bit more until the end of the year. The blue line is inventory, and you can see that we had the highest levels of inventory in the last 3 months. If you wanted to sell your Calgary townhome, it would take you about 25 days to sell. 5 days longer than last month. Apartments. Apartment prices have stayed the same in August. In June, it was $344,700, July $346,300, and August $346,500. Here's the chart that shows the benchmark pricing for Calgary condos every month from the last year in the red line. After a few years of continued price growth, condos are taking a breather. The blue line is inventory, and you can see we have more supply every single month for the past 4 months this year. If you wanted to sell your Calgary condo, it would take you about 32 days to sell, which is 5 more days compared to last month. Rate cut. Is that right? Interest rate cut. As of recording this video today on September 4th, the Bank of Canada just cut interest rates by 0.25% to 4.25%, which is a huge relief for those with a variable or home equity line of credit mortgages. But I'm curious, with this rate cut, how many of you home buyers who have been sitting on the sidelines are now going to rush into buying real estate? And what are your thoughts? Do you think we're going to see a crazy buying frenzy in Calgary? Please, I would love to see your thoughts in the comments. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I will always reply to you. Sometimes you'll even get a video message from me. So here are my thoughts. For home sellers, I recommend selling now, but if you can wait until February, that might be a better choice if pricing is what you are aiming for. For buyers, I highly recommend getting all of your ducks in a row, meaning your pre-approval, and so that you can hop onto something before the end of the year. I feel like the market is slightly turning a little bit away from the seller's market and starting to really favor buyers. At the end of the day, market conditions is always based on supply and demand. Pricing is stabilizing and the numbers show that we are increasing our supply significantly. So the real question is, do we have enough demand to eat up that supply with minimal market impact? Will the interest rate cut bring more buyers out from the woods and back into the market? Only time will tell. So if you want to follow the Calgary real estate market and you found this information valuable, make sure you hit the subscribe button and stay up to date in our market. If you're thinking about moving to Alberta and you're deciding between Calgary or Edmonton, then check out this video up here. My name is Felix Chan, Calgary realtor and mortgage broker with the LiveInnerCity real estate team powered by Real Broker, and we'll see you in the next video.